What's up, guys? I am super excited to share this with you. It's something I've been working on for a very long time. It is the official behind-the-scenes documentary of the making of Blood Money, my first film, the Western short made here in the Willamette Valley and in the Bend area, as part of the Scene in Eugene anthology series, YouTube series. We tried to film as much behind the scenes stuff as we could. We wanted to document everything. I mean, this was a real small, scrappy crew, real small cast, and there were a lot of firsts. It was my first time as a writer-director, helming his own project. It was my first time doing location scouting, doing auditions, and so I felt that it was important to document as much of that process as possible. And, maybe I could look back on it with some amount of fondness. This behind-the-scenes documentary is in two parts. Part one covers pre-production. That's everything from the writing to auditions to storyboards to rehearsals, animatics. There's a whole bunch of really fun stuff that you can dig into here to see how we put together the project that would eventually become Blood Money. And in part two is the production of the film itself. That's out on location, in the wilderness, in the freezing cold, in the snow, trying to portray a hot, sweltering desert. So I hope that you find some amount of enjoyment, maybe some intrigue, some insight into how we pulled off this little short film, and maybe a little bit of confidence booster that you might be able to do something similar, probably better, but at the end of the day, you can't do anything if you aren't out there doing stuff. So without further ado, here is part one. Enjoy.
Oh, how the great have fallen. But greatness is subjective, ain't it? Subservient to our own vision. And your vision was so impermanent.
I have information gathered in good faith.
We didn't steal the boy's money, nor did he earn us 10 tragedy.
Leave him alone already! You've done enough. The priest has...
So auditions were a really interesting experience for me because I had never done auditions before. I never tried to get auditions for any of my films. I never necessarily felt that anybody was really interested in auditioning for a project of mine. I just always shot stuff with friends and family and corporate interview stuff. But when I sent the script for Blood Money to Nick Pemble, he shared it with a friend of his, Will Brack, who was a fellow actor. And out of nowhere, I'm sitting there at my house and I get this message request on Facebook. So it's a taped audition for both of the lead characters by Will Brack. And I remember watching this and it gave me goosebumps. And that's when I knew there was really something special here, something that I wanted to capitalize on. 2 weeks later, I had some 22 people wanting to audition, and 15 of them actually showed up, which was surprising for everyone involved that there was that much interest in this project.
It ain't. The money ain't. It ain't. Money ain't worth no one's life, not today. You know, I'm talking to you too, Cass. And Jay, boy. Ain't no one's life worth $1,000, but... Oh, me, okay. But not today, not today. You too, Cass. And you too, Jay, boy. Ain't no one's life worth $1,000, not today.
So right now we're just on our way out to Bend. We're gonna go scout some locations for Blood Money. It's a 3-hour drive, so rather than bore you with a cliche driving montage, we're just gonna fast forward right there. So we're out here at the first location. This is just off of Bar Road, a little bit east of Sisters. This is BLM land. We found this little entrance here, and we're just gonna kind of go inside and, got a bat to scare off any creatures that might be crawling around. And we're gonna go take a look, see if we can find a location for Blood Money. All right, this is about 50 feet into this trail right off of the road. There's a little bit of a clearing. There are some bushes here which are of concern for snakes and whatnot. Go back this way. There's a little bit of a clearing right there. There's a little bit of a clearing right over there. This whole area has little funnel web spiders and the occasional fire ant crawling around. So, location 1, some pros and cons. Well, let's see, the pros. It's got kind of a desert feel. It's relatively secluded. You can't hear the highway out here, and it's not too far off the highway. It's only about 10 minutes away from town. The cons are there's not a lot of openness. It's much more condensed, or it's much more dense in terms of tree, so it gives a more claustrophobic feel. That's not necessarily something I'm going for. I mean, you can see if I was to go all the way around, there's not really any horizon shots. It's just mountain. It's just trees everywhere, So, also it's a little bit windy right here in this area, which could be an issue. And there's a lot of ants, a lot of fire ants. There's ants everywhere. It seems every little place that we stepped off of the trail to look at, there's a giant fire ant mound. So, yeah, that's that. We're gonna go take a look at location 2 and fast forward to there. So we just got to location 2. Joey, just stop kicking the dirt, but. So, there are some pros and cons here. This is just a little bit south of Smith Valley, or Smith Canyon, but it's not in Smith Canyon itself. I don't know, this is weird. This is all BLM land, but for some reason we tried to go to the road to get to Smith Canyon and it was cut off. It said you couldn't access it. It looked like there was some like rock mine quarry or something, stone quarry. So it's much less of a feeling of claustrophobia here. It's just right off the highway. Again, the highway is that way over there. It's not too far away. It's only about 15 minutes from town, so in case of emergency. Yeah, there's enough room here. There's like a little trail right behind us. There's enough room to move equipment here. It's BLM land, so it's okay to shoot on. Cons are, again, this area is a little windy. I don't know if that's just what to expect in the Bend, Redmond area, but there is a little bit of wind here. The other con is, you know, it's not perfectly clear. It's not perfect desert. There are a bunch of little bushes here and there. So of course the fear of snakes and stuff, yeah, that's something you have to keep in mind. But there's not a bunch of ants everywhere. So, you know, give and take. Crudely drawn storyboard here, and I'm just trying to figure out which shots will all fit on the same camera setup. Like a very crude shot list. So here we are at some Blood Money rehearsals, just getting ready. The shoot's in 2 days, and you know, we're taking this real seriously. We're getting into character. We're doing it.
Oh, how the great have fallen.
We were never great men.
But greatness is subjective, subservient to our own vision, and your vision was so impermanent.
Oh, man. Is that women?
Oh,
He could learn you something.
Talk, J-boy, he could have taught you something.
Nah, he means well.
He always has.
Now you take it nice and slow over there, J-boy.
Will do, Captain.
Now, what would the good Lord Almighty have to think about a liar like yourself?
Oh, hell.
Leave him alone already. You've done enough.
Come on, Cass.
Action.
Oh, how the great have fallen.
We were never great men.
But greatness is subjective, subservient to our own vision, and your vision was so impermanent.
Is that Whitman?
It's my own creation in earnest. I'd be a luckier man if you'd had a place of mind to read with me.
He could have learned you something.
Taught, J-boy, he could have taught you something.
Nah, he means well.
Has.
Now you take it nice and slow over there, J-boy.
Will do, Captain.
Leave him alone already. You've done enough.
Now, what would the good Lord Almighty have to think about a liar like yourself?
Oh, hell. Come on, Cass.
Come on now.
You already gotten the money. Let him go.
Nah. I have information gathered in good faith that says this priest here is hiding something. Cachet of gold, silver coins, doused in blood. He was there. He was there when the Black Stallion went bad, and I believe he stowed away with the bounty.
The priest has nothing. Just what you already got.
And yet, I ponder, why would a dying man lie?
I ain't no lie.
Oh, we'll get back to you. We'll get back to you. Pardon the confusion. But in this instance, I'm referring to another man, a young man that goes by the moniker of Boyd Williams.
Wouldn't.
So, on the level, and I do believe that your congregation is weeping for the poor soul as we speak. But how do you think those worthless sheep will feel, knowing that their shepherd snatched a dying boy's every last penny?
We didn't steal his money, nor did he earn it in tragedy. We were asked to deliver medicine in his stead.
He was too ill to take the journey himself.
And I guess we did the boy a favor.
Come on now, priest. Is it worth it?
I beg your pardon?
Is it really worth it? All this.
What worth it?
Is the money worth your life? Is it worth hers? What about his?
I don't know what money you speak of.
He doesn't have any money. What are you saying?
He knows what money we're talking about. You know. I know.
He knows.
You might as well tell him where it is. Save us all the trouble. Besides, my knees ain't what they used to be.
Shut your damned mouth. He doesn't have a thing.
This ain't no time to be playing games, boy.
Then cut the shit. Prove you ain't a liar. Give him the money. You know what money I'm talking about. Then they'll be on their way.
Oh, now, don't be getting...
I'll answer for you then, priest. It ain't. The money ain't worth no one's life. Not today.
The worth of blood on your hands, you'd be responsible for their deaths.
Ain't no killer.
Hey, I'm talking to you too, Cass. J-boy, ain't no one's life worth $1,000. Not today.
1,000? Why?
And relinquish the money, and your conscience will be clear. Your soul radiant.
Just give him the damn money.
Ain't no killer.
Stubborn bastard, ain't he, Captain?
Amen.
Well, there you have it, part one of the behind the scenes making of Blood Money. I hope you enjoyed it as much as I enjoyed cutting it together, because it was quite a trip going over some of that old footage, buried on cell phones here, there, and whatever. But the real meat and potatoes is just ahead, and that's part two, the production of the film. I hope you guys stick around to watch that part, because there's some really great stuff in there that I've been sitting on for a very long time. But for now, that'll be it from me. Take care, stay safe, stay creative. And remember, I love you.